So this is my last week before the going to the competition. In fact, in 5 minutes I'm leaving my house and I'm going to the ferry and on a bus to Bangkok and then flying to Indonesia. So my last week, my last training weeks was quite nice. I managed, I think, 4 sessions. On one session, I did like really nice training with a monofin. I did with a small monofin. I did 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, and 40. Right. So this was really good. This is how I like to train intensity. I rather repeat sub maximum distances, or I do like a biggest distance per session at the beginning, and then each next attempt I getting a little bit easier distance. I like to do this way. This is a kind of decreasing the chances of getting too hypoxic, but because the fatigue accumulating, then each repetitions still kind of like a tougher repetitions, right? For example, I did 100 meters. It was biggest distance, but then after 5 minutes I did 90 meters, and probably I still was not fully recovered after 100. So 90 felt almost like 100, and then after 5 minutes I did 80, and 80 felt almost like a 90, right? So this is how I prefer to do like sub maximum distances. Also yesterday, this was my last training. I did with bifins 132 meters. It was okay, yeah. Obviously get some fatigue in my legs, obviously have some contractions for sure. This is a part of this part of the training cycle, so this is all good. And I did like really nice one CO2 tolerance training. So we have a like 20-meter pool, and what I like to do for the CO2 tolerance, I like to do one breath table. It is when I'm swimming, let's say 20 meters, I come up, I exhale, inhale, swim 20 meters again. Then again come up, exhale, inhale, 20 meters again. So this is really quick accumulation of the CO2. You are not hypoxic the whole table, at least not that much hypoxic, but still like a CO2 level is quite high, so your contractions can be quite intense. So I did three. Oh, it's my cat sneezing. Say hello to my cat. So I did 3 sets. Set number 1 was 10 repetitions, set number 2 12, set number 3 14. I would say 10 was super easy. I almost didn't have any CO2 accumulation, but then you can see how fast things changing. Let's say 12 was a little hard, and 14 was quite hard. Like the repetition 13 and 14 was quite intense. So this was my training. I did again, of course, like I said the last time, I did dry sessions, many dry sessions. I'm trying to do them every day. I'm not always managed to do it because I'm teaching. I'm still like teaching our masters, teaching our instructors at Kaizen Freediving on Koh Tao, Thailand. If you want to become a master freediver, feel free to send us the message. We're going to explain why we are thinking we are the best freediving school. Yeah, so this is why maybe I would love to have a little bit more like a dry sessions in my practice, but it is what it is. I'm more or less satisfied how it goes. So the plan for the competition, I'm gonna arrive to Jakarta on 13, then I have training sessions. Hopefully I'm gonna have a training session on 14, and then the competition actually on 15. One of the biggest challenge for me, it is the pool is 50 meters. I still don't get used to 50 meters. This is why I need to get used to it at least a little bit. I have moderate goals, like really moderate goals. I'm planning to do with a short monofin 100 meters, and with the bifins somewhere around 150, maybe slightly less than 150, but like something like this, right? I'm not gonna push myself. I'm planning to again gain some experience, right? Because this is my second competition. My first competition, which was in September. In September was really nice competition in September in Malaysia, it was really good, but yes, there is some competitive stress for the person who never done it before. I felt it for sure, so I want to see if I get more used to this competition environment. Hopefully I do. And yeah, this is my goals: 100 meters with a short monofin, and maybe 150 or like close to 150 with my bifins. It's not my personal best. My personal best 170. I did it, though I did it like before the COVID. So yeah, this is a plan. So my next video, I guess, gonna be after the competition is over. Stay tuned. And I almost forget about the training tip. The training tip for today, it is not doing your maximum attempts too often, right? Or even sub-maximum attempts. I have a question from one of you, why it's not the greatest idea to do like a sub-maximum attempts. I think the person who asked, he doing sub-maximum attempts or really close to his max once or twice per week. So basically, sub-maximum attempts are really good to kind of get used to continue swimming under a situation when you have low oxygen, right? So it's good for your kind of more like mental adaptation, not like actual low oxygen adaptation. So it's good. You need to do it from time to time. Like this is what I was explaining on my last video. But when you're doing it too often, then it doesn't make sense. It's going to be a challenge for your nervous system, right? You're putting yourself under the stress. And if you're putting yourself under the higher the stress you're putting yourself, the more time you need to recover. This is just a basic 101 like sports science, right? The higher the stress, the longer should be a recovery. If you do like 1 push-ups, you can do second push-up in 1 minute, right? But if you're gonna do your maximum amount of push-up, like maybe 40 push-ups, then maybe your chest is gonna be sore for the next maybe few days, right? So this is why same idea should be applied for the training. If you do your maximum attempts, first of all, it's really hard to improve, let's say, your technique on your maximum attempts. So this is why I don't think that should be your focus. I think your focus should be on the technique, and the technique is better built up when the repetitions are relatively comfortable. I'm not saying that you should do like 10%, right, from your max. Maybe you do something which giving you some urge to breathe at the end. This is totally fine. But it's hard to work on a technique when you do your sub-maximum attempts, right? So this is why I'm not a big fan, because first of all, it's require longer recovery. And again, if you don't do anything else except freediving training, if you're a professional athlete, maybe it's fine. But for me, I need to recover for other activities, I need to recover for my teaching, etc. So this is why I could not allow myself to be in fatigue state. This is why most of my cycles I'm relatively fresh after my training sessions. Now when I'm close to the end of my training cycle, then again it's just for a few weeks, then yes, I was kind of like more exhausted after the training sessions, and then I need to have a longer time for recovery. But then I downgrade my teaching, I downgrade my any other sport activities, right? So this is my point why I think you should not do too often sub-maximum attempts, because you need much more recovery, and because you could not fix your technical issues if you do sub-maximum attempts.